Hello everyone, and welcome to my map tour. This map is called Minecraft Party Jamboree, based off of one of my favorite games, Mario Party Jamboree. I wanted to make a map dedicated to my love for the Mario Party franchise, so I created this map. This map is still for educational purposes, mostly for motor skills, team cooperation, and problem solving. You may be asking team cooperation. When I play Mario Party, I ruin relationships, and that may be very true. But for kids of varying ages, varying classes, varying schools, I decided that Team Spirit was the best route. I also went with a schoolhouse theme, where players start in the playground of the school. And also for just clarity purposes, I made all the NPCs in this map. I made their dialogue and any events that they trigger or do. I created as well, just so that I'm not like, oh, there's this NPC that I created or this other NPC I created. You know, just to keep things going and flowing. All right, so another thing to be noted about this map is that the operator is what I call the games master. They are the ones who are doing the heavy lifting of some code that Minecraft Education did not allow me to do or write or use, because I was limited to what Minecraft Education allowed me to do. So yeah, I am known as the game master, and so any other operator that comes in is also known as the game master. Here we have the playground. As I'm walking around, you guys can see that it's filled with NPCs in order to give life to the environment. The NPCs are based off of teachers and teachers' aides at varying schools, so that kids can point out and be like, oh, that's my teacher, so-and-so. Just a little fun thing I threw in for the kids to get excited about. In my maps, I like to give a little nod to what I'm going to do in the future. These are court blocks, or the structure is made out of court blocks. And to me, court blocks are very Greek-like, and that is what I'm doing in the future. I'm making a Greek or ancient Greek map. So this is my little nod to that. This also carries a function to it. This is the team sorter. So players will come up to this structure. They will look at the colors of each team. They'll look at the banners or the mobs that they'll represent, and they'll walk into the room. They'll wait there, and me, the game operator, will click the lever, locking in their choices. After that, I will press this button, where the game will tag each player inside that room with the corresponding team. We have zombies, creepers, skeletons, and withers. After that happens, as you saw, the title said teams are locked in, which means that the players can now enter the schoolhouse. Let's go in and see it. Here is a armor stand holding a netherite star. I put this here to show that players will need to look out for this when traversing the map. I also made arrows showcasing the direction that I want each player to go, or at least just the flow of how the board goes, so that they don't go everywhere crazy. Minecraft is not like Mario Party, where everybody has free reign. Here in Minecraft versus in Mario Party, players are forced to go onto a track. And that's how I went around that. Now that leads me to the spaces. There are 4 spaces. We have green, purple, TNT, and diamond. Green and purple give you coins, right? If you land on them, they'll add coins. If you can see in the top, or actually just to the right of my screen. Each team starts up with 10 coins, but of course when you land on one of them, teams will be given 3 coins in the first half of the game, and then the second half it doubles to 6 coins. And the TNT is the subtraction space, so we subtracted 3 coins in the first half of the game, and then the second half of the game minus 6 coins. And my favorite space is the diamond. Diamond are event spaces. They do not count as a space itself, unless you do decide to do the event for the coins that are asked, then they do count as a space once the event is done or the choice is made whether or not to do the specific event of the space. Ooh, so actually, let's demonstrate it really quick. So as I said, I am the game operator. I would have the teams come to here. Let's start this way. So how do we move? The way that you move is at least what I did for the schools themselves. Because I had either myself or other teachers on site. We had physical dice in order to keep the game more interactive. Because when you play in Mario Party, you can grab the Wiimote or the nunchuck or whatever you're playing off of, the Switch controller, and it's more interactive when you're doing the dice, right? You get to punch the air, move the controller around, and it'll allow you to stop the virtual dice. So here I did physical dice. So the kids IRL had a gigantic foam dice that they would roll, and that's how we'd move throughout the map. So for example, let's just say I got either 4 or 5 spaces, right? So not counting this space, I would move 1, 2, we'll go with 4 spaces. Now, this branches out into 2 ways. I could either go left or I can go right. Just for argument's purposes, we'll go right. So that was 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, how do we know where each team is? So the operator is given these mob heads. See down in towards the bottom of the screen, they're given mob heads. And they just place that. So if I was Withers, or if Team Withers went here, just place the mob head. They're indestructible. Of course, I'm the game master, the operator, so I can break it. But the players cannot. So this will showcase where they landed, right? And that's how they maneuver. So just for argument's sake, we continue throughout the board, right? Passing green and purple and TNT spots, and we'll come to here. So here, it's not really an event space. I designated what I call half event, half additional spaces, or coin spaces, to showcase where an event will take you. So this means that if you were to take a specific event, you know that you will pop up here. And we'll find out what event space would land me here in the future. All right, again, we're maneuvering through the map. We'll just go straight for now, just so we can see the rest of the map. Boom, boom, boom. And I would make it right here to go on through. So now at this time, I will now stop talking, and I will silently just go through the entire map. First starting with just the normal layout of the layout and flow of the map itself, and then I will showcase what the NPCs say, or what each event space does. So I'll be running through the map multiple times so you guys can get an idea of how this game works, how the game board works, because I have some very fun event spaces that will take you to the second floor, right, which has the same idea, the second floor, and then other event spaces that take you to the third floor, right. But actually, before I do that, let's do a silent walkthrough to figure out where or how to get to the Nether Star that's right here. And boom, just like that, we are here. Very cool. So we have an option of either going back down the stairs to the space right before where we start, or another fun mechanic is that we can go left in order to gain some more coins. One subtraction, kind of scary. To where we come to this event space where you can choose either to cross over to the purple area and continue going down this way to continue to stay up on the second level, or to just jump. And that'll bring you back to the starting point of the map. Okay, so now I will shut up and I will do a walkthrough. I'll do multiple walkthroughs showcasing each event space, right? Because we have some awesome green tubes here that you guys are probably wondering what the heck they do. Some weird structures up here. You know, you guys want to know what they do. Marco the plumber. Who is Marco? We will find out. Where does this awesome roller coaster go to? We will find out. All right. So here is the walkthrough. So I said I was going to shut up, but I'll actually explain how each one works. Students will, or players will come to this diamond block. I will then press the button. The button then teleports the players over here to where they can talk to Miss Lily. So for 5 coins, a student can, or a team can purchase a minecart. Put it down and let's ride. And now we're here. We're on the second floor. Very cool. Continue. There you go, easy access to that nether star. Let's go straight. We're gonna go straight, and then here we'll continue to go straight so we can see the item shop. The item shop, another important mechanic to the Mario Party. Here we have the custom dice, we have the double dice, we have the swap places. Players can buy one of these for their respective amounts. Players will then be given the item to where, or actually the games master will be given the item, and he will then, or they will then put in the correct item into the correct box. Just in case the items were to be lost in some mini games. I was having trouble with some computers because for some reason they were throwing items randomly without the player pressing a button. So in order to not lose any major items or have a player throw an item and have another player pick it up by accident, we have the respective chests. And when a player or a team wants to use them, the game master will then come over here to check if they do have that specific item. And if they do, it'll be used. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Let's continue. All right. Actually, we have to go forward. We meet Mr. Manny. Mr. Manny for 5 coins will let us use this ladder. We're not going to use that right now, though. 5 coins to use. The Ice King. The Ice King was for one of my past maps that the kids really loved. So I decided to put him in here. This specific NPC will allow us to plop into this little area here. To jump down. Test it out. We press the button. And this will take you back to the first floor. Ta-da! Let's go back up. forward, we go to another event space. Let's pass this one so we can see another event space I want to get to first, which is OceanBot. If you watch my Atlantia video, you'll remember and notice that OceanBot is from that map. So another little OG ode from one of my maps that the kids loved. OceanBot for free. He allows you to go to the 3rd floor. So here we are on the 3rd floor. After somebody was to purchase the netherite star, the games master would then place the armor stand and the netherite star at a different location. So for example, if I wanted to, it could be on the 3rd floor again, right above it. Let's position him like that, and we'll give him the star. Very cool. All right, we continue on to the 3rd floor. Another choose your pathing. You can either do what we did in the level below. We can jump, or we can decide to continue walking. Oh, there's a trader just hanging out with his llamas. Excuse me, sir. Now we come to this NPC, Dirty Dan. Dirty Dan allows the players or the team to go back all the way down to the 1st floor because we are currently on the 3rd floor. You can choose, so after speaking to him, the fence will then drop. As was showcased with the Ice King, the fence will drop, and the team is then allowed to jump in and go back down to the 1st floor. All right, now let's see what Miss Lily has to offer. Take the right again. And then we'll continue on. We already saw what OceanBot does. We'll fly past the netherite star. We'll go through this way, passing the item shop again. We already know what Mr. Manny does. We already seen the 3rd floor. And now we check out Mr. Arnold. Here, the Games Master will press the button that will teleport the team here to here. We'll talk to Mr. Arnold. He also will give us a minecart. We ride the cart. Ooh, off rail. Tracked back. And as we can see, this track is leading us directly into this giant tube pipe. And we're teleported to that first spot where we had the diamond and additional coin space split. Here we are. So that's where that led. This big old pipe that we jumped through. Let us here. And then now, let's go see what Marco has to offer. Hey, it's me, Marco. So Marco's been learning how to do plumbing, and to help us out, or any other players, for 10 coins, we'll try to get us there. So let's see. Marco is on the job. So me, the Games Master, will then press this button. Boom, 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 banging noise. And then a green pipe appears. The team will then go into the pipe. Go through another pipe. And then whoop, they're here on the 3rd floor. Directly above. Sorry, there. Very cool. And I think the last thing I didn't showcase was the big old jump. And that is the big tour. There are NPCs here that the kids can just talk to with more teachers that they're familiar with. Let's continue just going on to the correct way so that we don't get confused. Back here is where I told the players and kids to take photos. Any photos that they loved would be showcased here. We'll put the here, and then this will all be filled with cool photos from the adventures of Minecraft Party Jamboree. And I believe that concludes my tour. That's everything. Thank you all so much for watching. I had so much fun creating this map. I completely went out of my comfort zone. I really wanted to do something fun for the kids, something that I loved as a kid. And yeah, I had such a great time just building this. Creating the warp pipes especially was a massive task, but it was super fun to make and such a great outcome. I'm really happy with that. The last detail that I will showcase is the control center. As you can see, I coded that a compass teleports you directly into the command center with all these fun buttons and stuff. But how did I get there in the first place? Well, a little ode to Mario 64. We have this painting here where the operator can go through, and that is the command center. Yep. And I guess to showcase as well, if you click lobby, this is where all the stars are recorded, so that the players don't need to have physical stars in their inventory, because again, it could be thrown, it could be lost. I tried to eliminate that problem as fast as possible. And lastly, for upcoming videos, I will do a video for each individual game that I made. I made 8 custom mini games, technically 9, but that one is on a different world. That one is essentially League of Legends that I made for the kids, which they all loved. League of Legends is a game that I'm super addicted to, and I wanted the joy of League of Legends to be brought to the younger ones, so I created a map for them and showcase that, because again, it's on a different world. But I'll be having 8 individual videos for each minigame. So yeah, watch out for those. And yeah, let's make sure I didn't miss anything fun, anything exciting. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this map. Again, it was such a great time. It was a fun time to create. Yeah, just a blast making this. All right, yo. Bye. One last thing I forgot to point out for the mini games. I know that I was just doing a walkthrough for the board itself, but each mini game is color coded. As you can see, this one says final mob, but in parentheses it says free for all, much like these other games. This one says 1v3. Well, this one, right? So those ones are teal. We have the dark oak signs that are for the free for all, and then we have 2v2 game. Much like in Mario Party, if a team was to step on a TNT block or subtraction block, they would consider to have bad luck. And for the minigame round, it would be chosen either they are to be separated for the under 3, or if another team were to land on that TNT block or have something unfortunate happen to them, they would also be cursed with unluckiness. And in that case, it would be and 2 teams were technically unlucky. That would mean it would be a 2v2, where 2 teams or 2 characters in Mario Party would be teaming up against 2 other teams or characters in Mario. Again, if one team had bad luck, or one player in Mario Party had bad luck, it would be a 1v3 in favor of the one person, in the hopes that because they had unfortunate luck in board game portion of Mario Party, that in the mini game it would make up for them. Okay, now I'm officially done. Thank you.